What's up, guys? Let's get to work. And you're probably wondering what happened to the new blue lemon mixer. Shut up, Bobcat. You're not part of the equation. So I can't give you a clear answer about the mixer right now. Because it kind of makes no sense. That thing can't break that fast. That just makes no sense. But yeah, we'll deal with that a bit later. We still have 2 sections to finish. And guys, please do hope that the old veteran, the old Germany lottery machine will endure. Because we still have to finish that. Thinking lifting this thing with the old blue. Wow. Walk can't even lift it anymore. So heavy. Plus I removed all the heavy stuff. So lucky that did not break it now. So lucky the axle did not break it now. It's about 20 kilos lighter now. Oh, look at that. Made all the difference in the world. No kun panemme siihen peale, niin se on istut maha nyt. Oi jumala kyllä. Panemme peale, kujuu kyllä. Älä inkata päähän räiskä. Ai vittu kyllä. Joo. I gotta go buy more cement. Be right back. wonderful nature sounds. You do not have my permission to die. You don't have a lot of time. Basically, we're gonna get like -5 the day after tomorrow, so we gotta finish this by the day. Currently it's the morning mode, like 9 or 10 a.m. But you know, we're probably gonna work until at least midnight. I mean, I'm gonna work until midnight. You guys get the quickie version. Lucky dudes. Wish I was there. That's how much of mix you will get from 4 buckets of sand. And I'm making it extra soupy because the old lottery machine, it can't handle any thicker loads, sadly. It will just grind the gears, it won't spin. Still, I think I'm gonna get a lot of soup comments. Oh, sure, it's gonna be weaker, but it's easier for the mixer, it's easier to handle. Just a little bit more. More. Dude, I think I need to build a new chute soon. The thing is becoming heavier and heavier. I'm guessing right now the thing probably weighs already like 150 kilos or something like that. Maybe even 200. It's just too heavy to move around. I was pretty sure that's gonna fall down. The home run. I christen you Saint Corner. May you serve your purpose long. Kurat, kuradi auk seal. This mixer is about to leave the chat. This thing should be a Olympic sport. It's like a competition between like 10 athletes. Whoever can finish like a concrete pad in a certain time limit with a small mixer. I would definitely watch that if it was an Olympic sport. That seems like a lot more fun than breakdancing, right? Right? Dude, Joseph is gonna get a really nice wall to sit on. But guys, about the Olympic sport thing. I think someone should do like a petition on online, you know, like a vote. But you know, there's a couple of things that we need to keep in mind. Now, first of all, it's not my idea. Hans Pants is not associated with weird ideas. So let's just to kind of keep it safe, let's just say that it was Steve's idea. So that's rule number 1. Okay, that's not my idea. Rule number 2. You have to make the mix yourself with an old lottery machine. You can't order the freaking concrete truck to the Olympic Arena. Oh, and you can't use a giant jet engine to mix the cement as well. That's unfair. Rule number 3 is that there's no rule number 3 allowed, so you can go wild. Just remember that not my idea, and no jet engines allowed. Oh, one more thing. When you make the vote thing, make sure that the minimum amount of votes required is at least 5 million. It's very important. Oh, one more thing. If by chance this idea takes off and goes to space, and Steve becomes like a billionaire and gets his Nobel Peace Prize before I do, then there should be like a plot twist, a note somewhere, which reveals that it was my idea from the get-go. So he's gonna go to jail while I become a billionaire. And but keep that part a secret, guys. It should remain a secret until it's required. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna let this pad meditate for a bit. Now let's go try to figure out what's the deal with the blue lemon over there. I'm not talking about the tractor, by the way, the mixer, but I think we can like weld the two together. Maybe we'll get something useful out of them if we do that. Right now though, let's try to figure out the issue. So what do you think will happen? Something's amiss, right? Basically, to my surprise, you know, the little gear, which drives the big gear, dude, that thing's totally toast. It's worn down. There's like no gear left. It's almost like a round stock at this point. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I bought this in May, and I've only done 2 spiral shade and the other half of the spaceport. Yeah, I've only done 2 projects with that thing. The firewood shed floor, plus the ramp, and then the other side of the spaceport, including the pit. On its 3rd project though, it failed. I was only able to finish 2 sections, I believe. Or did it fail on the 2nd one? I can't remember anymore. That makes no sense. How can something last so little? What type of Chinesium banana steel is that gear made out of? Now, for clear comparison, the Optimix 130 perhaps, the legendary Germany lottery machine, it currently has the same problem. Basically, the drive gear is worn down so much that it's just kind of jumping over teeth sometimes. That's why when I make like thicker mix, it just won't be able to spin the barrel. I mean, these teeth still have plenty of life in them, I would say. But it's taken 15 years, guys. Countless of projects, and 15 years for the gear to wear down as it is right now. I mean, the other guy managed to wear it down with just 2 projects, and not even half a year has passed. What? That makes no sense. Something has to be wrong there, right? Maybe the gear is like misaligned, or it's not catching with the full teeth. It can't wear down that fast. It doesn't make any sense unless the gear is just made out of like mild steel. Maybe not even that. I mean, these look just fine. I don't actually see any wear on them. Dude, even the paint is on. What? Look at that thing. That thing is just completely gone, bro. Wow. What a piece of garbage. 2 projects I've done with this thing and it's broken. Holy hell. I think even a plastic gear would have lasted longer. That's just ridiculous. I contacted the place which sold me this piece of garbage and they pointed me towards a new part which costs 17 euros. You know, the gear. I didn't buy it though. I figured if the thing fails with 2 projects, then it's not worth replacing the part out. The new part is probably the same mumbo jumbo, right? So I bought some hard facing electrode rods. I figured maybe I can fix that gear and then we're good to go for a really long time. Fun fact, this actually costs 2 times more than the new gear. Yeah, but this should work better, definitely. However, maybe something was incorrectly installed. I mean, I put this thing together myself. Perhaps the gear was not like fully engaged or it was sideways or something. Although I don't really see any options how that can happen. Oh, wait a minute. No, it can't be my fault. Because the gear was already part of the lower section. It was pre-installed. So I never installed the gear myself. Yeah, I never installed the gear myself. This part was together with the gear. I mean, this part was together with the gear and they kind of went together. I just mounted the motor, nothing else. So that's premature failure, 100%. That's not my fault. But no, let's disassemble the thing. Maybe we can weld it up. I'm obviously gonna send a picture of that gear to the place as well, because this is not normal. This is complete BS. I have to waste my time with this garbage. Wow. You guys said it. You guys said that buying this thing was a mistake. Although it's a Germany made product, all the parts come from China. You guys said it. This was not worth the purchase. And the only defense I can give the guys at Shepherdland is that I don't really like cleaning the thing properly. So maybe that's what caused the failure. Oh. But you know, then again, I never really cleaned the other guy as well, the Optimex. After every project, I just kind of throw a bucket of water at it and call it a day. And that thing has lasted 15 years. Yeah, that's the first lottery machine I ever bought, and I've done every project with that thing. Starting from the sauna, all the way through the cabin, all the sheds, barn floors, everything. I've poured probably over 1,000 tons of concrete with that thing. This guy couldn't even handle like 100 tons before it failed. I think the gear is just made out of mild steel and it's not supposed to be made out of soft material, right? It needs to be harder. No, I don't think that's normal. I mean, look how much the thing has worn down. Yeah, that thing has severely worn down. Although, maybe it should be a bit deeper, I'm not really sure. We do have like a little bit of concrete at the bottom, but that's maybe only like a couple of millimeters. I think this is just garbage. The gear is made out of banana steel, obviously. I mean, how can we have like paint on these gears and basically everything is gone on this gear? Even the metal is gone. I mean, you can originally see how thick the thing was. I mean, it was that wide and also that high, so a lot of the material is just missing. It was that thick from there to, I don't know, probably from there. LOL. Whee! Piece of shit. One thing's kind of weird though. It's like the gear is not even close to being fully engaged, even if it's new. Somewhere in the middle, maybe even not that. To me, it feels like this barrel, it needs to go like that way for the gear to be fully engaged in drive, right? But it was already installed like that. I don't recall changing the... How would you even go about it? Bolt here, maybe this will pull the thing this way. No, this thing doesn't pull anything. It just kind of locks the thing down, I guess. Technically, if this barrel traveled that way, then the gear would be fully engaged. Right now it's in the middle somewhere. So maybe that's what caused the failure. But I'm pretty sure the steel should not wear down that fast, still. Yeah, I'm gonna snap a picture of this gear and send it to the guy. See what he thinks. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, should be pretty clear that something's amiss. Wonder how this part comes off. Obviously the gear can't travel that way, then I've got a wall in the way. I'm guessing I need to remove that snap ring, then we can maybe get this part out of here. And then we should be able to get to the gear. The easier option would be to just kind of cut through that with the angle grinder, then we can remove the gear. But that's kind of cruel and I don't want to do that just yet. Maybe that snap ring was for the part to not be able to go that way. The snap ring on the shaft as well, but that's not gonna help me remove that part. Maybe let's go back to the same bolt, perhaps undo that and the thing will fall out. I'm pretty sure it should go out that way. Maybe it's completely rusted up. I mean, there's like some paper between the thing. Maybe that's some sort of glue. Okay. Let's go with plan B. Yeah, I figured maybe I'm gonna try the impact to pull it a bit more up. But it just bends the thick washer, and I felt like it wanted to come up because that these two bars are not flat. I would say if these two were flat, then the gear would be fully engaged. But that's not the case. It doesn't want to come up. I mean, it's bending that washer, so something stuck. Most likely I'm gonna void warranty with this little hack, but whatever. I don't see any snap ring on this part, so I'm guessing it's a press fitting, pressed on with a hydraulic press. It should come off according to the parts diagram. It's a separate part. Now from here we can actually see better how badly this thing is worn down. This is just ridiculous. I'm gonna grab another photo. And let's clean it first and then make the picture. I mean, look at that thing. Holy hell. Completely worn down. Off to one side as well. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna send these pictures to the guy, and I'm gonna let you guys know what he replies later on in the video. I mean, the guy who sold me this blue lemon. Hey, maybe that's a hint. Perhaps I should not buy anything in the future that has the color blue on it. I've just had kind of bad luck with that color. But you know, let's try to fix this. And hopefully this is enough. I'm not sure. I only bought one box. I mean, this thing alone was 30 euros, so 2 times more expensive than the new gear. But yeah, if it works, if I can bolt those gears up again, then it's probably gonna last longer than Dime. And the box says between 50 and 85 amps. 50 and 85, so I'm gonna set it to somewhere 70. I think that's fine. Now, this is not the first time I'm welding gears back up. I've done it before on the Yanmar excavator, where I rebuilt the sprockets. And you know, that was several years ago now. They're still holding up nicely. Yeah, they're actually... I would say they're holding up really good. Honestly, like corners missing on some of them, but this should last for a while. Yeah. Oh, there is a locking pin. Huh. Guess it's not a brace fitting, maybe. Some type of a locking thing there. Pretty cool. And we almost get no sparks with this metal. I thought that was only a thing with cast iron. That's pretty cool. The one thing that I kinda noticed right now, you know, grinding the hard facing material is a lot harder, plus you get those really dark red and very few sparks. But the moment I grind the base metal, the thing disappears so quickly, man. That's not even mild steel. What is that even? But if I grind the hard facing, huge difference, absolutely huge difference. It's a bit rough, but I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna fit better if I remove the concrete from the gears. But I think that's pretty good. I guess we just gotta trial and error this, right? Now, there's a bunch of concrete in the gears. I need to get rid of that, but actually it would be better if the gear was a bit more deeper. It's not like it's riding on one side, it's not fully in there. Look at that. Ignore that part. There's like some discomfort in that area. What happened now? What the fuck? Which way this thing even turns? Looks like it doesn't want to turn the other way. Not sure what's pointing. That way it turns fine, but not that way. Oh. The gears are a bit too fat. Man, grinding that thing is really, really hard. I need some type of a special disc for that, I think. Yeah, for some reason sandpaper seems to work pretty good. And this didn't last very long though. Yeah, the flap disc definitely did the trick. And spans the CNC table. As the saying goes, third time's the charm, right? But I'm pretty sure once I weld it together, everything is gonna bend sideways. Can't wait for that part. I'm afraid to turn it. Man, I think this is better than the original. Now this is a lottery machine. I think this part doesn't fit anymore because I changed some things. And whatever, who even needs this crap anyway? No. Makes a lot of noise. Yeah. But honestly, I think it was making the same amount of noise before as well. So nothing's changed in that department. As long as it spins and does the mixing part, plus that the gears don't jump over, then it should work fine. No, honestly, I think that's gonna outlast these gears now. What do you think, guys? I think it's a solid fix. And one more thing to kind of point out. Take note of that gear. Yeah, 16 millimeters. This guy here has 30 millimeters. Basically 2 times more. I mean, a lot less material there, right? These things are just designed to prematurely fail, I would say. You can't really go any obvious than that, right? I'm guessing in about 10 years, even those gears are made out of plastic. Feels like we're going backwards, not forward. Everything is just designed to fail. This is a very obvious example right here. Should have bought the new Mixy-Mix model instead. I mean, it was only like 150 bucks more. Sure, that seems like a lot, but honestly, everything we just did, we would have avoided if we went down that route. But, you know, hopefully that fix will hold. I'm gonna give it like maybe a couple of years before those teeth start failing. Kinda depends how many projects I will do though. Maybe I'm not gonna do any, then it's never gonna fail, but I'm guessing about 2 years, yeah, before the long gear starts to fail. Now as for this dude though, I'm gonna try to fix the guy up. Clearly he deserves it, right? And this guy has been with me since forever. It has the same problem. It's exactly the same issue, but it took it a while to get it this far. Oh, and the bearing is it needs a new bearing there as well. So I think maybe like these are good enough, but yeah, it needs a new gear there and a new bearing. Then I think it will keep rolling. Now if I can't find the original parts, then I'm gonna try to cherry rig something together. I guess we can do the same welding trick on the gear, and pretty sure we can find a bearing for it. Now the Mixy-Mix brand, they still produce the same mixer, but you know, the design has changed over the years. So I'm pretty sure the new parts won't fit with the old model anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find something, fix this guy up. Clearly deserves it, right? This guy has done everything for me. I should at least try to return the favor. But anyway, guys, let's turn back to the topic of the video. Kinda got sidelined with the stupid mixer situation. We still have the ramp to build. And then we also need to park Joseph on it. He's eagerly waiting for his spot to open up. I'm working on it. Calm your tits. And although I finished the board yesterday, I think we can remove the formworks now. Yeah. Nüüd ta jälle kõnnib, ma ei tea kuhugi. Jalutab minema. You guys saw that? No, I was going straight and then the bobcat stopped. Felt like I don't have any oil in the reservoir, but that's normal. I never had that happen to me before. It's kind of weird. Both the drives stopped at the same time. Got like weird engine noise, and then I backed up, went forward again, everything worked. Right now I can't even think what could cause that. I can't afford to have bobcat break down on me right now. Seems to work right now, and it started walking on me again. Look at that. No, I fixed that last year. Haven't had any walking action until now. No. I haven't done anything. This is just gonna happen. I want to get rid of that tarp, that's been annoying. And before we park Joseph for good, I'm gonna flatten this area a bit. I don't want it to freeze up like so. It's gonna be a nightmare to drive on if it froze up. Same situation here. I'm just gonna try to flatten the whole spaceport a bit. Yeah, at least we have something to look forward at the end of the video, right? I mean, let's be honest. It's gonna be extremely boring from here on out. Oh, by the way, if Super Sister asks why the trash can looks like mud, then we don't know anything. This is not good. And Spence is running out of time. Woo! Not good. No, just Joseph won't be able to smooth this soon. I need to go in airstrike on the area. Why doesn't this thing have glow blocks? They would be very useful. Don't they get winters in Japan down? Oh, I respect you, samurai. Good job. Okay, so we got like -7 during the night time, and basically everything is semi-frozen. I would say it's not like very deep freeze, but this doesn't really help my situation at the moment because I still need to make the pad. I mean the ramp. The pad is finished. Yeah, but I'm kind of afraid that maybe if I like pour the ramp, and if this weather continues, then it will never like gear up properly. Maybe it will stop gearing and it will pick up during the springtime, so strength of it might be compromised. Although I did ask my super mom, she did consult with the weather apes, and apparently we're gonna have about stable-ish temperatures it's gonna be hovering around 0 basically for the entire week. So I think we can still do it, make the bore happen, and cover the entire thing up with some blankets or something. Let it sit for like a couple of weeks. I wouldn't really want to risk driving Joseph up to the pad if the ramp is not strong enough, you know. About the ramp itself, I think I'm gonna go only with this length. I don't see the reason to make it any longer. Basically like that. It's gonna be straight from this side, but from that side it's gonna follow that line. So I would not mess. So I would not mess up my driveway. But you know, I want the ramp thickness to be roughly the same as that wall. So I have to remove some material here in order to make the ramp go underground. Hence why I needed the samurai over there.
No, I suspect it has something to do with the frozen wood.
What do you want? Stop pissing me off! Holy hell. Actually quite level. The difference between this tip and that tip is just 10 millimeters. What? Sometimes I think I get better results by eyeballing everything rather than just using a level. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, has any of you tried out these Hikoki impacts? I never even heard of them, but Santa Claus got one or several of them for free, and he brought one to me with 2 batteries and a charger. Dude, this thing lasts forever. Like literally, this thing lasts forever. I've been using it for several days, and it's showing 0 bars at the moment, but it still works. 0 bars and it still works. Plus it has pretty good impact strength as well. I would say about the same as what the red Makita had, maybe slightly less. I think Ant's pants is getting a bit lazy. Look at that.
Päike paistab silma.
Vaata teisele poole.
Ei saa teisele poole vaadata.
We're gonna discuss business. Shoo. By the way, here's a little tip for you. When using a gold saw to cut steel, unless you have like a full face mask or a welding helmet or a space suit on, then always keep your eyes closed while you cut. The little metal chunks that fly out, these are very hot and they can really cause some severe burns if they come into contact with the skin. But you know, the skin will heal. However, if that hot chunk flies into your eye, then might be a different story. I usually never wear like a face mask when cutting with this thing. I just keep my eyes closed. And at least a couple of times I've had like a hot chunk ricochet through the gap down here and straight into the eyelid. But you know, because my eye was closed, no harm done. Just keep that in mind, okay? Face mask would be better with this thing. You know, drilling wet mud is surprisingly hard. What is up with that? Maybe the turbo power will do something. Man, the entire freaking bad vibrates. What the hell? What happened? Stop braking, bro. Mida sa nussid, kuradi, hakkad tööle? Good thing I don't have a third leg. I told you guys, this part is very boring. And by the way, I already got my ass handed to me because of the trash can mod business. But you know, I told her that I don't know anything. It was like that when we bought it. 1, 2, 3. What a cobweb! But you know, I think adding these things was a good idea. Give me a little bit better anchorage. Kind of regret maybe not bringing stone though. I did think about it, but you know, the pile I have left near the field, it's just mixed with mud, and I figured I'm gonna spend the entire day there. Didn't want to do that. No, I think this part actually came out pretty good. Didn't get the rocks, but maybe that's fine. Just have to make more mix, right? Oh, and it took me an entire day as well. Yeah. Stupid winter time. Actually, that's another reason why I hate winter. They rewind the clock, I think in November or something. They rewind it, and we got 1 hour less of sunlight every day. Wish they would stop doing that. They've had a lot of debate about it, whether to stop it or not, but they haven't actually done it yet. I know that in some parts of the world this is not a thing. Here, though, it is. But yeah, I think this part came out actually really good. It's gonna get a really decent ramp to drive uphill. I did add a bit more steel than I did to the other ramps, and well, I have to make sure that this guy can handle the most heaviest equipment I have. What do you think, guys? Will that little puny ramp support this? Oh, seems kind of rough, but yeah, maybe it's fine. It's about how much? Almost 40 centimeters of concrete wall. And actually, that seems pretty decent, honestly. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get my hopefully last load of cement, and then we can just start the business. To be honest, it's kind of starting to get awkward. You know, the place where I buy the cement, I'm like the cement guy there now. I go to the front desk and I can't even open my mouth, and the guy is like, how many cement bags are you gonna buy today? I'm like, what the hell, bro? Maybe I wanna buy diapers today, not cement. I needed to buy cement, but you get the picture, right? Kind of getting weird, honestly. No, hopefully this is my last load, and I don't need to go back there at the moment. Maybe I should switch stores or hop between stores. But I'm gonna quickly set up my mixing factory, and then we can get to work. Welcome to my office. Piss off, ice. You're not required. Actually, I should probably go get a couple of beers. At least have some fun while mixing cement, right? Yeah. And actually, tomorrow we should get a bit better weather. Couple of degrees warmer. Not gonna help a lot though. Basically, when the sand turns into concrete, then we can't proceed anymore. But hopefully we'll be able to finish this little ramp. I think it will work until it will not work. So I'm gonna try to make as much as possible today, because every barrel that I do today means I don't have to do tomorrow, if that makes any sense. And if we're lucky and this piece of crap doesn't break in half, then maybe we'll be able to even finish by the next day, nighttime. Although, do have quite a bit to fill. I mean, do we have even enough cement? I did not do any math. Damn. Stupid math. 2.5 times... I don't know. What is that? 6 times 0.4. We need 6 cubic meters. But I only have enough cement for 5.1 cubic meters. So hopefully my math sucks and we'll be able to finish by tomorrow. This probably is gonna be an issue. I got like small chunks of sand. Okay, that's clay, but small chunks of sand that are kind of clumping together. They're frozen. Plus, I left a little bit of sand in the bucket, and that's like deep frozen. Can't even. Don't want to mix that, definitely. Probably gonna leave the bobcat in the workshop overnight so I can free the bucket. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put like a blanket over the sand pile. I don't want that to freeze up. I mean, it's probably not gonna be very cold, maybe like -2. So it's not gonna freeze up with that. But I definitely don't want to have those frozen sand balls inside the mix. Those are just gonna come and bite me in the ass sometime in the future. I feel warmer already. I know. Don't think it's gonna help a lot. But you know, maybe it will do exactly what I need. Now, as for water, I obviously can't use my water hoses. They're kind of all frozen at the moment. Plus the water is disabled as well. Now I can enable it if we really must. But now I figured maybe I can use my rainwater instead. That thing is luckily not frozen yet. I mean, I gotta empty that anyway, right? Might as well use the water for something useful. Like building a ramp, for example. I mean, that's pretty useful, right? No, I think so. Great news, guys. Didn't really get very cold overnight. I think it was like hovering around 0. Currently it's +2, so I think we'll be able to quickly finish this pour. I don't have a lot of time though, because in about 3 days it's gonna be -9. That's definitely too much. But I think we can do it in 3 days, no problem. Just finish it, cover it up, and let it sit for a couple of weeks. Maybe it's gonna cure up then. Maybe something's frozen somewhere. I was kind of hoping that maybe I can use the main water for the daytime. Because it's too... Oh look. Guess I can. Now I'm hoping that maybe after I finish this pour, I can also quickly level everything, including the mud, plus wash Joseph. I'm currently got, it's not the dirtiest, let's see, but... Well, to be honest, I can just kind of shovel that crap away as well. Absolutely fantastic that we have wind as well. That way I don't have to wear that stupid chin diaper, you know. And the cement dust we get from shoveling it around is very brief, and heavy winds will carry it away very fast. So I don't need to wear anything. But anyway guys, I'm gonna get to work. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get done as fast as possible. For you guys though, I don't know. So, does anyone know like a good concrete lullaby? No? Well, here's some inspiration. You really thought I'm gonna drive that thing on here right now? What? I don't even know what type of truck you need to be on if you did that. Now if you guys do, then let me know, because I would definitely wanna be on those trucks. That would be the stupidest thing ever. I'm just gonna smooth out the area a bit, and I'm gonna park Joseph here. Smoothie booty. SOB on the planet right here. Wow. Dude, I could have swiped this corner away, no problem. Holy hell. you know, hopefully next year, same time, Joseph will be sitting on that bed with a cozy roof on it. Can't wait for that day. I'm not gonna wash the guy anymore. Basically, I couldn't wash the Yanmar, everything was just solid. Couldn't even get the dirt off with the shovel. So I'm gonna wait on that now, sadly. But it's not the worst, right? I would say that's just some dust. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, but you know, when I was starting that thing up, this connection flew off. Maybe it happened too fast in the time lapse. So if you didn't notice it, I'm gonna try to like slow down the footage. You can see me there firing it up, and then the hose breaks off. I was just so confused, like what the crap is going on. And actually it turns out that, that this thing was... That doesn't want to come off anymore, but it was literally just hanging in there with a couple of threads. There was this white Teflon tape on the threads, and it was only on the last 2 threads. So whoever assembled it, the guy never locked it down. And I've been using this thing for years, couple of years now, with only two threads over there. So I think that's kind of insane. I don't think this guy is just gonna unwind itself over time, because the Teflon tape was only on the last 2 threads. So whoever, yeah, probably whoever assembled this screwed up big time. I'm kind of surprised it held this long. Because we're gonna get -9 the day after tomorrow, then I'm gonna empty my tank. Kind of sad emptying them, but they're gonna turn into concrete in a couple of days and probably break something. So, circle of life, right? So Joseph, I would say did a pretty good job smoothing out everything. Stupid rain. About the bat though, yeah, I'm gonna continue this project next year. Sadly, I can't do anything anymore at the moment. But no, next order of business would be to remove 1, 2, 3. 3 of those trees. You get the trees out of here, plus I need to remove the stumps as well. Perhaps we can use that dude over there for that part. Might be interesting. And if not, then I'm pretty sure Joseph will lend a hand as well. But you know, once we remove the stumps, we can expand the bed about a couple of meters. I don't want to go too far, because I think this is like a perfect spot to store logs and firewood before the processing part. So I want to keep that spot. I want to keep this spot for that. I'm guessing the bed will end like somewhere over here. I just need to have that space. And once we finish that part, then I'm most likely gonna build like a roof on it as well. And I'm gonna make the roof a bit higher, but I'm not gonna make it super high. Currently I'm thinking I'm just gonna make it as high so the Ackerman would be able to fit under it in some type of a configuration where the digging attachment is not up in the sky. Maybe something like that. But basically I want this to be my main workshop in the future. At least I'm gonna striving for that at the moment. I'm not sure how things will go. You know, I want this to be the main workshop for the future. I'm only planning to keep like 1 equipment at a time in it. And that means I have plenty of space for workstations and tools and whatnot on the other side. So machine over here, other stuff over there. And probably I'm gonna enclose the shed as well, but I'm not gonna insulate it. I don't need it to be heated. That's gonna be a pretty big building, so heating it is like something else, but maybe we'll do that. I'm not really sure. Now I'm gonna share some information about this bat's plants as well, and I was thinking maybe a roof on it as well, but just like a simple pole barn, I guess. There's no walls, there's just posts and a roof. So the sides would be open all around. Just put like a roof on it. I think that would be a pretty sweet idea as well, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do that. I think this came out pretty good. I'm overly happy. I mean, overall, guys, everything we've done at the spaceport this year. I mean, when we started before the summertime, we didn't even have that bad. So we just had like basically that, but it was everywhere. We did not have this bad, we did not have that bad, we did not have that shed. Absolutely nothing. So this place, I mean, this stupid area has changed a lot over the course of this year, definitely. And I really like the layout. I really like that the three ramps are kind of pointing in the same direction, and I have enough space to go through that gap, go through this gap with even Joseph. Dude, if Joseph can fit, then everyone else can fit as well. Joseph is the widest vehicle I have. Joseph's blade is actually slightly wider than the Ackerman's width. So if Joseph can fit through the gaps, then everyone else can as well. And I think in the future we can stop calling this spaceport and we can change the name to Rampart. There's gonna be at least one more ramp that we need to build. Bye! Going to pick up the kids. But yeah, the fourth ramp will be part of the tractor shed. It's gonna be like a small ramp going into the shed itself. And I think in the future I'm not gonna build any workshop into this shed. I'm just gonna remove the work tables inside, get more room to store equipment. I can park Yanmar, tractor, or the old Plio, and even Bobcat will fit in there. So I can park 3 equipment inside this shed, no problem. I mean, if we're gonna make that big workshop, then I don't need that small workshop, right? About the concrete though, I'm not sure if it's gonna cure up properly, considering the day after tomorrow it's gonna be -9. So that's pretty messed up temperature already. Maybe if it stops curing, it's gonna continue curing next year. I know. All I know is that I'm gonna keep Joseph there for now. And maybe I'm gonna park something more lightweight on it during the winter time. But anyway, guys, this was the last concrete project of the year, hopefully. And oh, one more thing. Here's the mixer. And that seems to be holding up pretty good. The fix that I did. I don't see any visible wear on it so far, but then I haven't done a lot of Mixy-Mix so far. But I'm betting that will last longer than the original thing. But that's not what I wanted to tell you guys. You know, the email that I sent out. So they're gonna send me a new gear, which is not gonna probably help me a lot. But they also did me an offer on a new mixer, a slightly bigger version than this one, 50% off. So I think I'm gonna accept that. That seems like a really decent deal. It's got like a 500 euro mixer for half price, right? So I'm gonna let those guys set that up, and then we're gonna get at least one more mixer. I mean, it's gonna be backup, right? Something happens to that guy or the other guy, then we have the dirt guy. Backup is always good. But I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go do something else. You guys can skedaddle, do your business, and bye.